So, welcome to our next episode of the Myke Check Productions podcast.
The Myke Check podcast, yay! And I'm still having issues.
What episode are we at?
At this point, we're probably in the double digits.
Double digits? We'll assume
If
we're
we're
somewhere
counting,
in
if we're counting the Spotify ones too, we're in the double digits.
there. Oh, just the ones we got on YouTube. How many we got?
I'm currently trying to find a spot where I can have some quiet, so you may have to look that up for a sec.
This is episode number 7. We've had 6 podcasts.
7 on the YouTube channel, probably 4 or 5 on Spotify, so that makes it probably like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Yay!
And how long has it been since our last one? That one got lost.
I'm talking fast lane.
Podcasts. Just podcasts in
Oh,
general.
the lost one was right before I moved, so it's been about at least a month.
Month, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have been recovering from my wisdom teeth extraction surgery.
I have been going through the, I guess, mental metamorphosis of mental medication for antidepressants and anti-anxiety, and I am currently on my first week of taking it. So, yeah, it's been quite interesting, to say the
You
least.
mostly positive reaction to it, or
I mean, for the most part, like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, from some people, a lot of them were telling me that it took them like a week, maybe a month for the effects to kick in. For me, it took like a couple days, if not like same day. Because like my very first day taking my first pill, which if anyone's curious what kind of medication I'm on, I'm okay with sharing it. I've been put on Prozac. If anyone wants to do research or know anything about it, they're more than welcome to research and or add their input. But yeah, the first night I took it, because I've been taking it at 10 o'clock at night in case there is a drowsy side effect. Within the first hour, I felt like I was maybe an 8 high because of it.
yeah. And
Like I was
do you just take it
sitting
once
on
a
the
day?
Yeah, I take it once a day around the clock. Every time I've got an alarm set to go off at 10 p.m. every day to take it, so I pretty much take it religiously now.
Good. Yeah, and I mean it's different people too, different ways.
Yeah, like my first night, like I said, I felt like I was high after like the first hour. I was kind of sitting on the floor, just kind of occasionally rocking back and forth. Kind of felt a little airheady from time to time. Um, then like the first 12 hours, like waking up, going to work, it's balanced out my stress when it comes to work when it gets busy, so that's a positive.
Yeah.
Uh, it gives me it gives me energy spikes, like so, at least I think so far at least once a day. And then there's moments in the day where like I'm not like in a meh mood, and I'm not upset or anything. I'm just kind of like, I guess some people would say zombified, but I guess mine's like a low dose of the zombifying feeling for some people. Because I know some people have to change their meds out because they don't like feeling like a zombie or anything.
Well,
For me,
and with this being
it's
your
like,
first one, they might be doing a trial period where they just see how it kind of affects you and then adjust it based on that.
yeah. I mean, I do notice that like whenever I get upset or like mad about something, for the most part, like it like it feels like it puts up a wall and it keeps that emotion from like breaking out sometimes. But there's like a day or two like it's kind of like broke through and I did my usual whatever thing to kind of calm myself down or to level myself out. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I think is really hurting now is just like finding because this has actually been my problem pretty much ever since me trying to get back onto the channel, which, surprise, secret's about to get revealed for the viewers or listeners. In case some of you may not known, I had a kid 5 months ago to the day. I've been trying to get back onto the YouTube channel for the last 3 months, but something would always come up and everything. And like recently, I've kind of learned that I've been having a drive issue when it comes to that. Not like a computer drive, but like a mental drive. Like I'll be like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then when like the day comes, I'm just like, I feel like I should be doing something else.
I think your mic's starting to mess up a little.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to veer off.
How about now?
It's down better. There's a little bit of feedback you're getting back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just sitting in my car right now and everything.
Okay.
Running off of data. It's probably the car that drove by just now. But basically it's just like me trying to find the drive and I guess find my me time to get this stuff done, because I basically have put myself under a lot of stress since I have moved here to Bartlesville, and I need to find like that day or like that moment in the day to like get that personal time to myself and everything. And some days it's very difficult. Like today, I was like, I'm gonna get on the computer at 5 and get stuff set up and then start recording and everything. Yeah. You know, I'm sitting in my
because
car
today's
with
like
headphones in.
yeah, because today's like the deadline. Like we have to get something out, so we're gonna have to.
Yeah, and it's just it's frustrating and everything, and like I don't know, it's some of it has to do with the fact that like the house it's not officially like put together yet, and a lot of it is our roommate's fault because a lot of that junk is his. But like I don't know, like I am getting by with what I can, trying to stay mentally stable, I guess, without going
Yeah.
batshit crazy. And I guess the medications helping for the most part, but it's also making me realize. So there's that. That's what I like.
Yeah, your stuff's really your
Dealing with
stuff's really messing up.
that's that. Oh my God. I try to find a spot to have peace and quiet away from everything, and I can never have good setup.
Yeah.
But that's my life. Nothing works. I'm stressed. Sitting in my car. On medication. That's me. What's going on with you?
I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. I had oxys. That they gave me.
Oxymoron.
615 milligram oxycodone. So I was high out of my mind for like 5 or 6 days. Just playing video games. Like I was really good as Lucio as I was high because the opponents didn't know where I was going. Neither did I. So
I didn't know where I was going. I was on the next thing I knew.
Yeah, even these last couple days at work, like I don't know if you ever had your wisdom teeth removed or whatnot, but my equilibrium was really off. Or if anybody's ever had teeth pulled before, my equilibrium has been really off since I got them removed. So
yeah, if you guys haven't missed it, he posted one of his videos after his surgery as a short on the channel. So if you want to go see how much of an idiot he looks, go watch that.
Well, and I'm still foggy brained. Like today, I was at my morning meeting at work, and one of my store manager was just like, he to make sure everybody's all around. He goes around and asks people different questions and stuff about things like our customer service model or whatever. he was talking about how he helped a pro customer get a volume discount. And he saved the pro customer like 25%. He's like, Dylan, you're good at math, aren't you? And I was like, first of all, I'm not that good at math. And second of all, I'm foggy brained. Like I've been high out of my mind for the last 5 days. And he says, Dylan, what's the what's 25% of 10 grand? And I couldn't think of it in my mind. I was like, I started looking around. He's like, you can phone a friend if you want. And I was like, oh my god. So these guys
Yeah,
probably think I'm fucking an idiot, but I'm just high.
unfortunately, I haven't had my wisdom teeth pulled yet. They were actually planning on doing that when I was going to turn 18, but that got changed when my insurance at the time decided to give me the boot. So I still
Well,
have mine.
insurance is my insurance was really great on that. I was a little nervous because I've got a lot of dental stuff done. And I maxed out my dental insurance for the year, so I was gonna go ahead and do it I was gonna do it next year, but I was having some really bad pain, so I got it done. But the insurance ran between my medical and dental. Sounds like it was mostly medical, so my insurance actually covered for everything. So I only had to pay like on my HSA like $150 to have all four wisdom teeth removed. So.
That's not bad. I mean, from what I've heard with the insurance that I got that my girlfriend signed me up for, it covers dental and everything, and I'd have to go to a dentist and get that figured out because I know for sure that they're gonna want to get that broken tooth removed first before they do anything else with my teeth. But
Yeah, if I didn't have dental insurance, it would be 15, or if I didn't have insurance at all, it'd be $1,500. So, uh,
I know what debt's like because I'm still in it.
yeah, so it covered. I was just talking to a coworker today. She works part time, and she had to get 2 root canals done, and it cost her like $5,000. And she's like, I had to get a credit card and take a loan out, and I'm like, could have just got some insurance, lady. No, she's not very smart. Sorry if you're listening, dumb lady. Um. But yeah, so I mean, insurance makes the difference.
Yeah, it does definitely.
So does pizza. I hope it gets here soon. I'm hungry.
Uh,
Um,
can your teeth handle the pizza?
yeah. Actually, so if you've ever had wisdom teeth removed, they tell you that you need to be on soft foods, and actually, they said that I needed to be on soft foods for the next 30 days. So me and my family, we like to go out to eat whenever we see each other, and we went to Sam's after I got done with the thing, and I'm high by the way, so I'm fucking like my leg was giving out, and I almost fell like 4 times in Sam's Club. But we got a bunch of Sam's Club crap, and then my mom would drop me off, and she was like, okay, well, we're probably gonna go get something to eat and probably head home. And I was like, well, I don't mind going. I'll just eat whatever I can.
Yeah.
I figured I'd eat some bread or a little bit of onion or something, like if they get some appetizers. Like, okay. And then they decided to go to Golden Corral. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll just be able to figure out what I can eat. Bro, it took me a lot longer, but I had like 6 plates worth of food. And I was just eating very slowly, like a grandma, down the middle of my mouth only.
Oh my god.
My mom kept being like, all right, you be careful. And then my dad was like, oh, he'll be okay. He's fine. it'll be all right. So, so we got that, that was funny. I mean, I've had almost no pain. I didn't even need these pain pills really. It's, I'm a, it's addicting. It's really nice being high all the time. So,
Yeah.
um, so that's how I was, but. Oh my god. I don't know why. Let me turn on my lights or something, because as soon as I kind of sat down, it's this chair. I just got this new chair from Amazon that I built. I
Yeah.
don't know if I sent pictures or not to the group chat, but this chair is so fucking comfortable. It's got springs as if it was a couch. It's like a $200 chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the footrests and the massagers and all that crap. This chair is ridiculously comfortable. Give me 1 second. All right, I just sent in chat. That's what. Oh my god.
All right, hold on a sec.
Okay.
Time to multitask. Okay, yeah, time to multitask.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I had half assembled that, and then when I was high, and then yesterday I finished assembling it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what. Oh my god, why am I so tired?
Time to go to work.
I went at 8.
That's what
8.
time I wake up every day.
Yeah, I went 8 to 5. Well, my first day back, I came in at 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking rough. I was a damn zombie. But no, I went to bed at 11 and woke up at like 7:30. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, it kind of sucks because I got off at 5 today.
Yeah.
I go in at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and then I have to close, and I don't go until 3 the following day. So.
Good God.
And they tried to get my first day back. Granted, I'm still high on pills and everything.
Yeah.
The HR person was like, "Hey, can you go to the Derby store today and the next like 2 days to help with inventory?" And I said, "Excuse me." Like let's get this straight. I'm on pain pills, so I can't drive any forklifts. I'm on pain pills, so I can't count or have any logical thoughts. So there's that out. It requires counting because it's inventory. It's the yearly inventory where you count what they have, and they will lose thousands of dollars if you're not accurate. Like, are you sure this is a good idea? And then I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I barely made it here, yet alone going over to Derby. And she's like, well, if we don't send you, then we're gonna have to send a department manager. I just looked at her like, sounds like you need to send a fucking department manager.
It's like I just got back from a surgery. Jesus.
And she's like, oh, well, I'll talk to the store manager and say you feel a little woozy still. And I was like, yeah, you fucking better. And I talked to my ASM who's actually in charge of me today, and he was like, why the fuck would they? There's literally like two people in our department right now. Me and I'm one of them, and I've been away on surgery. So
Yeah.
like we're metrically fucked right now for coverage. And he's like, yeah, she's a dumbass. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Nothing
Like
really fancy for work for me, really.
Nothing what?
I said nothing really fancy for work for me, really. I just go to work, get it done, and then go home.
What do you do?
Well, with the job I currently have, I work with food again.
Perfect. I don't know why. The way you phrased that, I thought you were going to say, well, you see, with the job I have here, I deliver meth to people.
I deliver.
But, someday I'll be working my way up.
That would be DoorDash.
Yeah. No. So what kind of food do you help prepare?
Well, I am back at Freddy's.
Oh, well, that's not as bad. At least it's not Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's so like the interesting thing was that I
they called me or whatever, and I talked to them about what happened at the other Freddy store and how like I was like on a no hire list because of like the whole I had to leave that day because of the new job I was starting, and they're like, oh well, we're ran by a completely different like um higher up
Franchise.
company than they are, so franchise, so like it should be okay to get back on there and everything. So the only thing that's been a complete pain in the ass is they were like, oh well, since you worked at that Freddy's for about a year, you won't have to do all your training videos. And I'm like, okay, cool, sweet.
Yeah.
And took about 2 weeks to get a day for me to start because like they had to get everything lined up, and I had to finish up my time at Dairy Queen. And by the time I got there, they were like, yeah, so we couldn't find half of your stuff from the pit store because they apparently deleted everything. So you're gonna have to go back and watch your training videos and stuff. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
So you just check mark that I did them all.
But I pretty much on my first quote unquote training day, I pretty much got all the stations done. And they were like, yeah, he doesn't need to do the 9 training days. Just have him watch his videos on his own time and get those numbers turned in, which technically I think that's illegal, but you know.
On his own time, like off the clock?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what you do is you just make sure you get that in writing and then sue them, and then you don't have to work ever again because that is incredibly illegal.
I can technically do that because like they told me to watch the videos on my own time. Like
I would have just responded and just said, "Sorry, there's labor laws against that. I'm gonna have to do that on the clock." Is what I would say.
And then they had me take the training book home and fill it out, and I'm like, yeah. They were like, yeah, just forge signatures and everything, and I'm like, I'm not forging signatures.
It's like, hey, listen, we're the super sketchy cousins of the one you used to work at, so I hope that's all right.
Yeah.
You could have burnt your old store down, and we don't give a shit. This is Waffle House employees here.
This is Waffle House.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been keeping out for any decent open positions. They had that part-time appliance position that opened up.
Yeah,
at your store.
I'm keeping those in mind. I'm just trying to get past this month because I've already got all the time asked off for that, and I don't want to start a new job and screw that up.
Yeah.
Because of my girlfriend working at the asylum and everything.
Yeah. That specialist position can be stressful though, because they don't. You get paid. You get paid per hour, but you also get a bonus. But you have to make a certain amount of money every hour to get your bonus, and if you don't do that, they fire you.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like specialists. But the specialist position start at $18 an hour, and then you can get bonuses for like up to $3,000 a month in bonuses if you hit all your sales goals.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good, really nice. You can make more than a ASM can if you're good at selling things, and you're literally just selling washers, dryers, ranges and refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty easy gig.
Yeah, the bright side with the Freddy's I'm working at there is that they're pretty sure that I'm gonna be getting like a raise like really soon and whatnot, and pushing me up the rankings really fast just because like they look at me and go, yeah, you know what the hell you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, I do know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you're already trained, and weren't you a junior manager or something at the last place?
Yeah, I was a kitchen manager for a little bit. Yeah.
Kitchen manager, yeah. So they probably look at that and go like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other one you just quit without notice?
Well, I had to because of the situation I was in. Because
tell the solo story because I'm my pizza's here.
I was gonna get ready to do that. So like I had to start the new job because my oh my goodness. My girlfriend and I had the same job at the time, and they were needing somebody to cover the area that she was covering because it was a traveling job because she was pregnant with their son. So they hired me on, and
they said they needed me to start like as soon as possible. So the next trip that she had to take, I ended up having to go with her, and I ended up quitting Freddie that same morning. And they understood the situation, but they said that I would be on a no hire list because of the no 2 weeks notice and everything. So that's how that happened, and I no longer work at that job anymore because turns out that job doesn't pay that well. I mean, it pays well. It's just you
Which
don't
job
get
was
enough.
that?
It was the Acosta job. Like you don't get enough offers versus like the drive time and everything, and even with
Yeah.
like the extra money they give you for gas and whatnot, like it's almost not worth it.
Yeah, that was my impression whenever you guys were doing it. Our Scots rep actually tried to recruit me from Lowe's the other day, and he was like, "Hey man, don't you want to come work for me?" And I was like, aren't you really not supposed to be like trying to do that? And he's like, yeah, just don't tell anyone that I asked you. So yeah, I'm okay. Like,
He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Like you seem a little sketchy there, my guy.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't know that.
But
Yeah, like I don't do that job anymore because like I don't know. Part of it was because of what I explained, and the other part was because I had started on the slow season. Like their slow season is like from the months of like October to December, which I started on October 1st, and barely got any jobs those 2 months. And then once I started getting more jobs there in January, it was already almost not even worth it because with the situation I got put in financially when it came to utilities and the other roommate I had at the time, I got financially screwed. And Krieger knows some of that story when it comes to that. So
yeah,
and he might be listening right now, but then again, like apologies if it irritates him, but it's the truth. That's what happened. What am I drinking outside? I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at then. And then hold on, grabbing a drink real quick.
I'm
Okay.
starting to eat my food.
But yeah. Then after that, I started a job at John Deere as like a contract worker, pretty much to help clean up stuff and fix everything. And then that was okay until I started getting mistreated by that boss, like basically him bullying me and everything and all that fun jazz. And then I basically quit that job, and then my son was born. I tried to get unemployment because of, I couldn't work for a bit because my son was born, and they said that I didn't need it because I voluntarily quit. And I was like, I gave you the reasons why I had to quit. Why is that a voluntary quit situation? You expect me to work all the way through my son's birth? No. So, yeah. Then I
That's
went
what's
to,
nice whenever you get an employer that gives you like maternity leave and everything, like paid time off, like that's just great.
yeah, that I later on found out that job didn't give that. The
Yeah.
contractor job, I found out that it didn't give that at all.
That's what's good about retail. Retail, they may not get paid as much as if you work at a factory or something like that, but they give the best benefits you can get.
Yeah, that was something that my girlfriend and I were sitting down talking about. Is that like eventually like if we're wanting to get moved out of here and whatnot, we're both going to need to find a job situation for both of us to earn enough money to get us out of here. So it's like we're slowly in the process of trying to get that figured out and everything. It's just like
like I said, I'd go that Lowe's route if I were you.
Has to come up.
Because they even give out part-time benefits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just something always comes up for us, and it's either something financial or
social.
Carter gets sick or something like that, and yeah. So
You'll get there eventually, though.
Yeah, I'm mainly been stressing out about this debt hole I'm in because it keeps getting bigger and bigger, but I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, just work as hard as you can.
What I'm
Um,
doing.
yeah, I had a lot of stuff pop up all at once. Oh, my credit cards are a little higher than I'd
Oh
like
yeah.
them to be.
Yeah, you told me about the internet bill that pretty much told you to fuck off and pay it.
Yeah, it was a really old one, and they said I didn't know it. They actually had to. I made them like double, triple look things up, and at first they couldn't find it, and they said that it was under somebody's name, Eugene, but it was at our old address on Springdale, and I was like, "This is a little weird." What's-
It's like they switched managements, and then that new management was like, "Hey, this is on their record. We need to get a hold of them."
Yeah, and they said when I was talking to somebody else, they're like, "Yeah, there's an amnesty program, so like if it's not paid within like 8 years, then we just forgive it." And I was like, "Okay, well that makes sense," because whenever I started back up with Cox, I said, "Hey, there's this old thing. Do I owe anything for it?" And said, "Nope, it doesn't show that you owe anything." Okay.
Yeah, they obviously didn't look that hard enough.
Yeah. Well, what was funny, as soon as I canceled my service and switched to AT&T, because this new apartment has the Google Fiber and all that shit.
Yeah.
Um, they then it popped up. It was like 2 days after I canceled it. They opened up a collections on something that was like 6 years old.
Yeah. It
So
probably got lost in the COVID forgiveness bullshit, and then they opened it back up.
yeah. So well,
Because a lot of that bill forgiveness was because of COVID and everything, and since basically now COVID's now become a natural part of life now, like
yeah.
it's basically like,
And I think that was
well,
a deal. Well, we got too far behind on it, and then they just canceled our service, and then we had to switch it over to your name or some shit.
no, we had to we canceled it because we couldn't pay for it, and then once I started at Casano, started getting more money. We just started a brand new service under my name because of something to do with your name on that and the electric bill, the Evergy bill that was preventing you from putting your name on that because it would have
Yeah,
caused more issues. So that's why
which is weird
it
with
got
the
put on.
Evergy thing, because obviously I have to put stuff here in my name because I live, it's my shit. They were pretty much they're like, yeah, we don't care. You can go ahead and just put in your name and then just pay it whenever you can.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing that I'm worried about whenever I get moved out of here. Whenever that happens and get on my own place because I still have utilities under my name in Pitt that I still haven't got a chance to get caught up on yet, and like I got a feeling that that may put a wrench in some of it, or like if I ever
Well,
move back to Kansas.
Evergy has a average payment plan thing
Yeah,
that they let you do. So as long as you make a payment every month, then they're good.
yeah,
Like when I moved back, when I moved on my own out here, it was like I owed like $700, and I was like, well, what do I just do here? And they're like, just make sure you pay at least like 150 a month, and you're good.
yeah.
We won't shut you off. So,
Oh man.
but it's expensive. Even like our mall on the west side of town, Evergy shut off their electricity.
It did.
Yeah, because
Why
they
they
weren't
just
paying
couldn't
their
keep?
bill. Yeah, they couldn't keep
Oh,
up with the bill.
the mall couldn't keep up with their bill. Is it because they're losing stores?
Yeah, well, it's the west side that's not nice. Not the east side mall that everybody always goes to. Smaller
West
one.
Side.
A lot of people going out of business. A lot
Have you
people
been
want
to?
much money.
I mean, have you been down to the Bartlesville Mall at all in the last like year or so?
No, I'm surprised it's
It
still open.
it's still, I mean, it's still open, but like it looks barren compared to what it looked like when we were growing up. Like
It was
I
always
think
shitty.
I think the only thing that's keeping it alive is that movie theater,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
on
no, it's
occasion, Spirit Halloween when it comes around.
yeah, yeah. No, I always remembered it being super shitty all the time. Like it's whenever we didn't want to go to Joplin, we'd go there, and then we go to the mall and go like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, there was a lot more even back then compared to now. Like almost
Yeah.
like 8 years ago, there was a lot more stuff over there.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I don't think the fountain is even running anymore.
Mm. But yeah, our yeah, I don't know. It sucks sometimes.
Oh yeah, it does suck, especially when you're me and you're trying to raise a child, live your life, try to run a YouTube channel, and balance out everything, all that out, while also starting a new medication that could screw everything up.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear anything from you all week.
Yeah, it's just a good portion of it was just like Carter being sick over the weekend and me dealing with like drive issues and whatnot. But I'm here, alive, recording, kind of
Good.
multitasking. I mean, I'm outside right now, but I'm also watching Carter at the same time. So there's that.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm available damn near every day.
I know you are, and that I know that Chris is available sometimes, but I know that he kind of has the same
Well, he has his
issues
bar
as I
nights,
do.
and then he's
Bar
got
nights,
nights where he doesn't feel good.
yeah, and
I should
everything.
probably be on something, but I adamantly avoid it. You know how it be.
Well, like my original plan for this podcast was for me to get it like set up on the PlayStation and like figure something out to where we can like get our voices recorded while also having like gameplay going on, like having me like made me play a game for like for my screen, but like I never really got the chance to do that because everything that came up last minute.
Yeah, I mean, you can screen cap
Mm-hmm.
and then just sync them together.
Yeah, a little bit later, I'm gonna try and look into that and see if I can get that set up later, or maybe do something like tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Or you can,
Good thing.
but because as soon as this is done, I'm just gonna put it on a file and then just upload it because we need to get something out.
Yeah, I know. It is what it be.
With my new Google Fiber Internet. Well, it's not Google. It's fiber optics.
Instantaneous uploads.
Yeah, it's the uploads. Usually, let's just say for example, you have 100 download speed, you have like 10 upload. On fiber, it's the same. So my download speed is like 1,400 megabytes. My upload speed is 1,400 megabytes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it goes up to two. It goes up to 2 gigabytes.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. The internet setup we have here is not that great. Like I have like connection issues sometimes just on my phone here and there. I have to switch to data. Like even like the last time we had a meeting on the Discord call, like I had to switch to data and sit outside to like get the best connection when it came to all that shit.
And your live streams were way behind, weren't they? When we were watching the WWE one.
On the WWE one, when I was watching it for our stream and everything, like the stream itself was like about 10 seconds behind, like everything in general was. So there's that.
Yeah.
Apparently the internet likes to update between 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. every night. So that's if you're up and awake trying to watch something or play something, it crashes.
That's always a good sign to go to bed. Like, well, shit.
This ain't working, guys.
I don't know. You get a chance to look at that screenshot from Arc?
I haven't. Where was it at?
I think I posted it in the thing, but if you Google it and look it up, they posted a high res shot of the new graphics because it's coming out with the new Unreal Engine 1 here in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see if you zoom in on that picture, I want to say I put it in the chat earlier, but it might have been my other one. If you go to Arc's official Twitter page, you can see they have a thing on it. but you can zoom in and see the hairs that come up on the raptor, and all the scales and the skin and the teeth. Like, it's super accurate because it's on the newest Unreal Engine shit. So
Oh,
yeah. So
you're talking about the thing they posted 2 days ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
high quality.
how the fuck. Like Jesus.
And it's going to be Arc in all of that. So, they rebuilt it
It's
all the
so
way from the ground up.
it's so crazy how technology like improves itself over the years and everything, and sometimes we still get shitty ass games like worse than that.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it. I'm gonna be hosting a server on
Yeah,
Arc for
and
everybody on the channel.
didn't you and License say you were gonna like do an Arc stream channel for something like that?
Well, I'm gonna be renting out a server for everybody that can join it, and then he
Yeah.
said he likes to play Arc, so it'll be available for him to get onto it. And the nice thing about it is it's completely cross-platform. So like you could hop up on your PlayStation and join in the
I
server,
mean,
and we could be
if
on
it's
Xbox.
available, because if not, I'd have to get the new gen to play it, because a lot of the games
It's all
nowadays are not
yeah.
even old gen anymore.
No, there's no old gen. You got to be on the new gen.
Yeah, that's another hill I'm trying to climb up too, is just to get any form of a new gen console at this point.
And they're only like $250 or so for the Series S's or the PS5s.
Yeah, my assistant manager actually sent me an app, and I talked to him about it and everything, and he says it's legit because he got his through that app too. He got
like a leasing one.
he got like an Xbox through there, and it's like one of those like payment plan ones or whatever. And pretty
Yeah.
much once you send your first like payment, they'll send you the thing and whatnot. So it's basically something you just pay off.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with the interest rates on that.
Oh yeah, like I already know about that when it comes to credit cards and shit.
Yeah, if you don't pay your shit, that 30% interest rate will kill you.
Death by interest rate.
I pay. I mean, I've never really had to make an interest payment because I always every paycheck I pay off whatever my debt is.
Yeah.
I try not to do more than that. Well,
Okay.
normally, but I'm a couple paychecks on this one.
Yeah. I had to check on little man real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's asleep. Okay. So
My parents
Now
want me to
that-
go on 2 cruises with them this next year.
yeah, you were talking about that. I think last time we were like
Yeah,
on call.
one in April, one in October.
Well, no horror fest for you that year.
Yeah, well, it's only a week I'll be gone.
Yeah.
It's not like we're doing Horror Fest this year, anyways.
Yeah.
I did get my surgery done on Friday the 13th. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I had to run my son to the hospital on Friday the 13th because he was sick, and they basically said he had a virus, and they didn't give him any medicine or anything. So we had to run him to his pediatrician on the Monday, and he checked out negative for everything, but he was already starting to do better. And now we have to take him back in tomorrow morning because he has oral thrush, which is some kind of fungal infection that you get from like dirty binkies or pacifiers or bottles that aren't really clean all the way or something like that.
Did I tell you about what's wrong with my brother's kid?
I think so. He has like a mental disorder or something.
Yeah, his brain is smaller than it should be.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, and he has eczema.
Man, eczema runs in my family, dude.
Yeah, well, they didn't know what they were doing at the small hospital, and they just said he was given too much baths, so he pretty much went like a whole month without eczema being treated, and he looked like a radiation baby. But,
Dude, like you have like Okay, so like I
They
don't
give
know
him
if you
wraps or
remember.
something.
I don't know if you remember, but whenever we were living together, do you remember sometimes around the wintertime when like the air gets dry and everything, and my hands get all nasty and dry, and like my skin starts peeling off of it?
Sounds like things you've described.
Like you've never seen that actually happen?
No,
Okay, well,
I
that
wouldn't. I
whenever,
wouldn't. I never saw anything happen bad enough to where I would have thought it was anything worse than standard. Like, oh, it's winter, it's getting dry.
yeah, like that happens every winter for me because like it gets like my knuckles are starting to do that now. It's basically because it's like a low dose of eczema pretty much, and it sucks. I just have a bad habit of not taking care of it. I just like let it be, and then it gets better by springtime.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so I mean that sucks for the baby, because
Yeah, we already know that he has it and everything because he gets spots on his like cheeks and like the back of his head and whatnot, and we have like baby grade eczema cream we have to put on him from time to time in case it gets bad.
yeah, I think they gave him like specific wraps he has to be wrapped in now.
Oh, good God!
Because
He's
really
gonna be
bad,
a mummy. He's a mummified baby.
and he's gonna have to deal with that like his entire life.
You better you better watch out for Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they're already signing him up for special ed and everything. It's like he's only a baby.
Oh my God! Like let's just get him ready to go.
But yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him.
Oh, I
But
actually never. I told you this, but I told my girlfriend this the other night. The whole eczema thing. You know, when I was a kid, you know what the doctors gave me for, like, to take care for my hands for my eczema in the winter.
milk.
It was. It wasn't milk. It was a lotion of some sorts, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was until recently. But it was actually acne cream.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was there was something in like the chemicals in it that would basically
Aloe
help
vera.
it. Yeah, I think it's aloe vera or something, but it was a chemical in it that like heals my hands up and everything, and that's what they had me use.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't use it anymore because I don't know what the brand is and everything. Oh, did somebody else join?
Yeah, TMC said he was gonna drop by and listen, but he's at work. So
Ah,
which is
well,
kind of dumb. I was like, I'm gonna post it tonight anyways. It doesn't really matter.
maybe he wants
Like,
a maybe he wants a live listen, so it's okay.
TMC, you talking at all, or are you just lurking?
Nah,
He
he
said something
lurking.
in the chat. What he said? He said he's
He,
lurking.
he lurking.
Well, TMC said that he wants to be a part of the ARC server whenever we start it up. So we'll have teams. He's going to be the official wood
I mean,
getter.
if it comes down to it, and like you guys start playing the server without me, since I'm not on new gen at all, like I can probably still find a way to join the stream, at least in the conversation and whatnot, because like that's the main.
Well,
That's
do you
like
have
the main
PC?
thing.
You have a
Well,
computer.
yes, I
Just
do.
buy
But
join on PC.
you know how outdated that thing is.
That is the most up to date computer that I've ever owned.
The last update for that was probably 5 years ago.
I think your tech guy is just wrong.
No, my tech guy is right. He's very right. But what I was saying is like the main thing that I honestly enjoy when it comes to like these podcasts like this is like just being in the conversation, just talking and bullshitting and whatnot. Like even if like I'm not doing the same thing as you guys are, like as long as I'm in the conversation and like it's like, oh cool, look at this, and like, oh, what's he doing? He's making his raptor hump a brachiosaurus. Like, hey, that's
Well, that and they actually make it now to where we can stream from our Xbox to Discord. So if
yeah.
we're playing or something, you just wanted to watch, we could always it's just flawless stream to that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could probably still join the live stream itself and like from like phone or like computer and just like still talk and everything. I just can't play.
Yeah. Man, biggest fucking hassle is getting this big dinner box in my refrigerator. There you go.
You're telling me. But yeah, that was going to be my original plan, was get on Overwatch, get the Overwatch 2 downloaded, and just get the Discord on the PlayStation and go from there.
It's a huge bummer that we can't, when it comes to that cross-platform bullshit, like, we can't play comp together. Like, they have PlayStation, Xbox on 2 different comps, so the only time we can only play arcade and fucking quick play.
You really think I'd be any good in comp? No.
You'd be as good as everybody else. Because playing quick play is like a half game. Like, it doesn't even matter.
I mean, you know how many half games you can fit into an hour versus the whole game?
The same amount.
Yeah,
but
not if you're not paying attention.
But yeah, I don't know. But I gotta get a new controller sometime soon. My fucking I just bought that special edition one that was like $200, and the fucking B button's sticking on it already.
Hey, at least it wasn't me that spilled alcohol on it this time.
I only spilled alcohol on it a couple times.
I mean, hey, proud moment for me. I don't think I've touched a lick of alcohol in like 2 weeks.
Unfortunate.
I mean, for you to say that, but for me, it's a good thing.
Did you hear about what's been going on with MMA and drugs?
No, I haven't. I'm out of the loop of MMA probably pretty much since you moved. I've lost the whole loop of it.
So, you know, the whole deal with Conor McGregor is that he was using steroids to recover from his injuries, and he wanted to come back to fight what's his face. But USADA said, hey, you need to do your 6-month thing, and the UFC was trying to pressure USADA into, shortening that a little bit because it's Conor McGregor, and USADA wasn't folding, so USADA ended their partnership with UFC.
Shit.
So now UFC is going to do everything in-house, and they elected some guy who used to torture. He was the lead interrogator for Saddam Hussein.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was like, okay, that's a weird pick, but all right. So everyone's just assuming it's okay to do drugs.
I mean, like, that's even weird too, with the TKO merging with WWE going on as well, and like on top of all that, WWE still has that 10-year contract with Saudi Arabia, which that runs out in 2030. And then on top of all that, with all the stuff going on overseas with the war and the fighting and whatnot, it's like, what the fuck? Like, all this stuff that's going on is screwy.
Yeah, but it's all right. They'll figure it out one way or the other.
That's what I'm curious about. Is like the Saudi Arabia deal that WWE made was under Vince's like thing. Like, are they just gonna like live up to the contract now? Since like,
yeah, and it makes them a shit ton of money. I'm sure they don't have a problem with it.
Now they're doing pretty much TKO and WWE and everything are doing everything they can to get Vince out of there because of all of the allegations that's under him.
Yeah, and I mean they recently said it sounds like they're giving Triple H more control over McMahon.
They gave Triple H 100% full control.
Yeah, so. Well, saying that and actually doing it are two different things.
I mean, if you look at Fastlane, like, yeah, it was a C-rated pay-per-view and everything, but like watching the match quality and whatnot, that felt like a Triple H pay-per-view just based off of the match quality itself.
Yeah, and there's nothing ridiculous or stupid that was happening.
Like 4 or 5 matches and whatnot, and each match had like a good at least 20-30 minutes. They all had decent screen time and everything. Like there was actual quality put into it. It felt like pretty much old day NXT, like when NXT finally got its footing.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't have any kind of issues with it at all.
It's just like, I mean, it was okay. It was it was a filler pay-per-view, which I mean, I'm kind of wanting to skip the next pay-per-view, but I mean, it's Crown Jewel, so it's going to be at 8 in the morning. So more than likely, we'll probably get missed it.
Not gonna watch that one.
I mean, they've only scheduled 2 matches right now, and they're both Raw matches. It's
they never do any matches of consequence in Saudi
got
Arabia.
they've got Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
And
so,
like, what's your stance on that? Because you've got a very particular opinion on both those guys.
Seth is just gonna retain. It's gonna be a boring match, and Seth is gonna retain.
I mean, like, my thing is like it's funny because both of those guys, like, you have a very particular opinion on them. Like with Seth, like from my understanding, you can see that they actually.
And you know exactly what I'm going to say. Seth can't finish a match to save his life. In this last pay-per-view, it was very clear of that. Like every time, it just reiterates. It's not just like some douchey thing I'm saying about him. It's like he literally cannot finish a match. He tried. That table, they went out in the ring, and I remember me and Chris were watching it, and we were just like, "Wait, is it over?" Like it was this very anticlimactic match.
Like, but yeah, like the point I'm trying to make though is that you can see the craft that they're putting in there. You can see that they're trying their best. Like they're not bad wrestlers. It's just Seth Rollins' finishes aren't either not good or they're just not, or they just can't finish it. Whereas there's Drew McIntyre, which you like the old Drew McIntyre, and this new one, I guess. For you,
I would say the old Drew was mid, and this new Drew is terrible.
I was gonna say, like, you like the old Drew McIntyre better, and I think for you, it's more so the character for Drew, right?
There's, I don't know. Drew seems kind of washed. I mean, he is terrible. I think it's more the personality than the character. The fact that Drew has zero personality.
I mean, I've been trying to keep track of Drew's character recently because it looks like he's kind of doing like a weird tweener, slowly turning heel kind of character. Like he's beating the shit out of like heels, but he's also beating the shit out of faces too and everything. And
he just seems like a generic like bruiser, and there's not really anything unique about him.
Yeah. And then the other match, this one's going to be a great match. It's a fatal 5-way match for the World Heavyweight Women's Championship. We got Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley as the champ, and the 5th woman in the match is Nia Jax. And the crowd goes silent. Man.
Yeah, the fact that Nia Jax kept a job is absolutely ridiculous.
It's like, I don't know, like I would rather see Cora Jade fight Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Like we've seen Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley too many times. We've seen Raquel Rodriguez and Shayna Baszler too many times, and we don't need to see Nia Jax. Like I feel like this should just be Cora Jade and Rhea Ripley, but again, I'm not really following the story on that, so it is what it is. How about the new SmackDown general manager?
I didn't know who got that.
Nick Aldis, Magnus from Impact.
Never heard of him.
Well, this is where Lyson this is where Lyson would come in handy, I guess. Yeah, he's the new GM for SmackDown, and Adam Pearce is now. He was promoted to Raw general manager only, and everyone's like, "Why is Raw general manager a promotion?"
I don't. God. None of that. Not a single thing of that makes me go like, "Oh boy!" Like,
oh boy. Oh man.
It's just incredibly lame.
I don't know, and it just seems like they're also trying to continue this bloodline story and everything.
like with Jay and Cody and Jimmy and Roman and Solo, and now they've got John Cena and LA Knight thrown back into the mix, and it's like I'm at the point to where like the bloodline still exists. Like it's still a thing.
Yeah, he just came back, and then they had a whole thing.
I mean, for me, it's like I've been saying this for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. I feel like Roman Reigns has ran its course, and I understand that there hasn't really been anyone at the caliber that Roman is at now that is probably worthy of the championship. But like, that's what happens when you over promote and push somebody to the point to where like no one can touch them. Like you're just stuck in a situation where like, what are you gonna do? Like that's like Vince has basically put them into a corner with this, and now we're stuck with people either saying, just they're going back to the whole Cody needs to finish the story thing.
Yeah. Well, and what was the other thing? Did you see that picture I sent a while ago of the injury with Oliveira that happened?
I do not.
So, if you look back in the group's pictures, you'll see it. But Oliveira was getting ready for his rematch against Islam, and it was like a week or two out, and he got injured sparring. So now they're doing a rematch with Volkanovski, like champ versus champ again. But take a just to talk about the irresponsibility of sparring. Go ahead and take a look at the picture. Like pull out your thing, looking messenger. Take a look at that picture of Oliveira's cut. How big it is for a fucking sparring match.
Jesus.
It's like why? Why did you have to spar that hard a week out from your fight?
Because it's Oliveira.
I don't know.
The other thing when it comes to like the fighting world, did you hear about Logan Paul's thing where he won his boxing fight and then he challenges Ray for the U.S. title?
Yeah, I saw that he was. I've been keeping up with the whole feud on Twitter because the dude was like posting pictures of Paul's girlfriend like every other day. Because he's suing him and all that stuff. But he apparently, well, the other dude was all pissed because he ran away the entire fight. The MMA guy only landed like 9 punches in the course of like 7 rounds.
Yeah. Have you ever done the Jake Paul and the Diaz fight yet, or
yeah,
is that later
Diaz
on?
lost.
Of course he did.
His yeah, at one point though he grabbed his head and pretended to choke him out.
Was it by decision? Like
yeah,
points
it wasn't.
and
It was by points. There was no KO.
So technically, Nate Diaz, quote unquote. Nate Diaz, quote unquote, lost.
Yes, he was getting pieced up the whole time.
Well, that's the thing. It's when it comes to Nate Diaz fans, you don't really beat Nate Diaz if you can't knock him out. That was I don't know. It's just weird. Like wrestling has just been going through a weird transitioning period again. Like it's going back through the weird phase of like when Vince retired and Triple H took over like over a year ago. Like it's in that weird, it's getting better kind of phase, but they're also trying to clean up the scraps that Vince left behind.
I think Vince has been pretty much out of it for a couple of years now. I think it's like full time out of it. I think that a lot of people have lost both. That a lot of people have kind of lost confidence in Triple H's booking.
I mean, like on top of that, like there's the whole like war going on between AEW fans and WWE fans, and how like, oh well, the audience attendance. That's what I've been seeing a lot lately.
AEW is a sideshow.
Well, like that's not the point I'm trying to make. It's like the point I'm trying to make is that
they're arguing over like attendance numbers and everything, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, look at this picture right here. There's nobody in the seats at this AEW show." And then somebody else will go, "Oh yeah, well, they're doing the same thing over in WWE. The entire section over there is like empty as well." And it's like, can't we just like fucking shut the fuck up and just watch the wrestling and just enjoy it instead of just saying who has the bigger dick?
Well, if
Feel it.
AEW could
I'm
step
just
up their game a little bit, it'd be
I'm just
different.
here for the wrestling. I'm here for the wrestling. I don't care about audience attendance. I don't care about like rating wars and everything. I'm just there to enjoy the fucking wrestling or the sports entertainment. That's all I'm there for. Like
I'm just here for ARC.
I'm just here for art.
They are going to have wild baby dinos.
Wild baby dinos, he says.
Yep. In order to tame them, you have to kill both of their parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill one and name him Batman. We'll kill his parents and then name him Batman.
we did kind of touch base on it in the Fastlane stream, but how's the backlash been since the Impulse shut down?
Since then I don't really, I've talked to Limp a little bit. That's really about it.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, I know TMC's listening, so I don't know what was his take on the whole thing, unless he's just like, yeah, it's.
I think
whatever
TMC
Chris
noticed I was getting inactive, so he stopped hanging out with everybody.
So he's kind of on the same boat as you, I guess.
Well, TMC's also been around for the pattern of how I am.
So he understands it and gets it.
Yeah, he probably saw it from the beginning. Saw the cracks coming, and
man,
so.
I bet you probably got in the chat and saw some of the conversation. Was like, what the fuck's going on?
But
like, why are these people arguing? Oh man, that was definitely a wild and very irritating day.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, yeah, I was like up and coming too,
Up and coming.
Like it was coming to happen, and I was like, man, I really don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and we had like a whole thing like planned out and set up on that one live stream we lost, and then we lost the live stream, and then we ended up dealing with that. So, and I'm still like, I'm even just sitting right here. I'm still just kind of trying to get used to, just used to the side effects of this meds I'm on, because it still weirds me out that like
You start pissing yourself. That'll fix everything.
No, it doesn't. Like,
All
I mean, it's
so
like
you do
I'm
is
not.
you look in the mirror and you just say, "Don't be sad," and then you don't have to take the pill.
Are you saying that from experience, or is that you trying to give me advice?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Because I've definitely just done that, or just be in a continual state of sad at all times, and I'm all good.
Yeah, you are. Have you ever been on anything like that, or have you just been kind of like, no, I'm not doing it?
No, I've never been on it.
Have you even thought about it, or is this kind of like doing the whole "I'm a man, Krieger's a boy, Krieger's not a boy, he's a man" kind of thing?
I've always been of the mindset of asking for help is for bitches.
Even if I'm like missing a limb and like dying,
bro.
I can take care of it.
I went to therapy once because like it's free through my work, like for 6 months, like BetterHelp. They give you like six free sessions a year or something like that. And I went to one, and this lady didn't help me at all. She just listened to me, and then I kind of told her the basic rundown over an hour period of like all the fucked up shit, and then she gave me like homework to read books and shit about things, and I was like, I'm not doing any of that. You can go fuck yourself.
Like, it also kind of depends on like where you go and like who your therapist is, because that was some of the issues I was having with Fort County. Was like that was kind of the same thing they were saying to me, whereas
like I was even explaining it to the therapists here that
like literally the one that I talked to. It's like what I wanted was just for somebody that's a professional to talk to about the things that have happened and unpack them in a healthy way.
yeah.
Not, you know.
I was trying to, we were talking about the leak or whatever.
What guy?
I was just saying, no, I didn't care about the leak shutting down. I already knew it was going down.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm
And you got too
assuming that
ghetto
you.
too, honestly.
Yeah, too not white. Is that what we're saying?
Not what I'm saying. No, I just like it was just like too much. Like I don't know. There's just too much going on all the time. Too much drama and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I wasn't having fun every day when I was playing on it, and then for me the toxicity levels of everybody was way too high too. I was like, I'm just gonna.
Way too
Oh,
toxic. Everybody
We're-
was at it.
They were so
We're talking
toxic
about-
that when I said, "Hey, you guys are being too toxic," they said, "No, you're fucking toxic, you piece of shit." Just went off.
you're talking about- we're back on the league stuff again.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can get you.
Oh yeah, one more thing. How much is argument cost anyways?
Like $35 or something like that.
That's it.
Yeah, it's on the. If you buy it during this is on the preview program thing. You know, it's the $35 discount. Then I think it goes up to 45, and then eventually it'll go up to 65.
Is everything going to be a lot better, like the graphics and the?
Yeah, did you see that screenshot
Yeah.
that I sent you?
Yeah, I saw the dinosaur looking things.
Yeah, it's all gonna be that. The whole game is gonna look like that.
That should be
Shit,
fun.
so great.
It's on the new Unreal Engine thing.
Yeah, that could be nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, I gotta get back to where I just want to say that one thing.
All right, sounds good.
And that's your random input from TMC.
Yeah. Well, the second art comes out, we're gonna be fucking on that shit.
I know you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started to rain outside, so I'm back inside.
Yeah, we had no time had any rain, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We had some really dark clouds.
Yeah, I didn't even know something was rolling in, but then I started feeling some raindrops, and I'm like, oh, time to go back inside. What the heck is... hold on a sec. Did you have nuggets in the oven?
I do not.
Hold on. Apparently, I walked through the kitchen and there's nuggets in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out. That's a whole fucking tray of nuggets. Bruh. There's a whole tray of nuggets. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Figure out where these nuggets came from. Random mysterious chicken nuggets. Oh. She's asleep. Yeah, he left earlier. That's weird. Oh, random mysterious nuggets in the oven. Don't know where they came from. Don't know who put them in, but they're on top of the stove now. It's like the asparagus episode.
Oh, fucking hell. Somebody kill me. I'm so tired. I'm gonna have to work at 5 and then close.
Are you wanting to cut this one short so you can get some rest?
Well, I don't want to have to. Well, we got to get this episode up tonight, and I don't want to have to edit shit.
I mean,
I'll just send you the file and call it good.
just post it and upload it.
I know.
'Cause I
I
still
know.
got to get my stuff figured out.
What's your stuff? Your computer.
Yeah.
I'd like to at least get a couple hours in. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know.
Hour and a half?
Hour and a half. Really, an hour and a half?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Ish.
And I've spent ish.
Remember, I said we get on at 5. We got on at 5:30. We've been recording since
Well,
then.
you
Somebody was
see,
late again.
I was late because my son was fussy.
Well, you need to tell him to
And-
be less fussy next time during
Yes,
business hours.
yes, I'm gonna tell a 5-month-old to be quiet, and he's just gonna look at me and go, bleh.
No, you I'm sure you've done a good job teaching him. You've taught him how to talk and stuff, and he understands that you need your time.
At 5 months, yeah, sure. He got the whole vocabulary and the thesaurus and dictionary all memorized.
Yep. Oh, at work, there is a stupid thing that we've started selling. So we have snowblowers, right? So the company that sells snowblowers sent a snowblower cover.
Yeah,
That makes sense, right? Okay, so in your mind, what should a cover be good for?
it should cover stuff from getting stuff on it. Like if it's a snow
Like weather?
blower cover. Yeah, like weatherproof.
Okay. Well, the snowblower cover says it is not for outdoor use. All right, on the back. It is not intended to protect it from the elements. It is a dust catcher. It prevents dust from getting to it.
So
And it's an indoor use only cover.
it's like putting a tablecloth on top of a car when it's hailing.
Yep, and we charge $60 for it too.
$60?
Mhm.
Why?
Well, listen, I've got to make my money somehow.
I'm gonna charge $60 for a tablecloth.
Yeah. Times are tough. Times are real tough.
Times are tough, and yeah, everything has to be worth something, including your soul. So, are we going to be trying to do the Crown Jewel event, or are we just going to skip it?
Oh no, I'm not doing it.
We're not doing it?
No, I'm probably gonna be working anyways. If it's 8 a.m., I'm either gonna be working or there's no way I'm gonna be off work at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday or whatever it is.
Yeah, probably. I think it's on a Saturday, and I usually work Saturdays, like Saturday mornings. Yeah. We'll have to figure out what the next wrestling event is.
We also need to do the UFC event.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Well, the last one happened during the WWE pay-per-view, and it was a fight night, so I skipped it.
Yeah, you were saying there was that was going on. We need to like since we're like on separate towns now, like we should have like a setup to where like one of us like we can both like one of us covers the WWE, one covers UFC, but like have them both like on a split screen or something like that.
Yeah, that's that mega share. That's what I was trying to do last time, but your stuff wasn't set up. We're able to do that.
Yeah, like
have one
like
of us stream to YouTube, the other one stream to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or TikTok or whatever.
TikTok.
Hey, my one video has almost 16,000 views. So.
I mean, that's good. I mean, we need to post some. We need to. How many videos are on there?
On that TikTok?
Yeah.
Really?
Because it's the impulse one, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. There's a good amount. There's probably 100.
You're like, oh, well, I'm done counting. Numbers are hard nowadays. I'm still heavily medicated. He says.
like, hey, Krieger, what's 2 plus 2? I don't know. I'm on Oxy. That means it equals 7. Well,
So 31 times 3. There's 93 videos on there.
that's close to 100.
Yep.
Well, I know that I'm going to be off tomorrow.
I'll be off at
So,
2 p.m.
If I can get my shit figured out tonight, I was probably going to do like a game stream and everything and kind of just fuck around with that and see if that works. I'd
You
have
want
to
to try
get
and get content done?
I mean, like,
'Cause it's not hard to do the, content.
I'm trying to remember because there was something going on tomorrow that my girlfriend has to do. So I'm trying to figure out what time that's going to be. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Well, I'm available
think-
anytime past 2 o'clock.
I think she has therapy, but I need to figure out what time that is. Yeah.
Probably take about an hour and a half to do one video. And that, like I said, that House of the Fall of the Usher right now, that's trending right now. #1 thing on Netflix. So
House of the Fallen Usher.
and it's got all of the old casts from the Hill House and all those people.
Is this supposed to be Flanagan's like last project with that series?
I think so. Well, it's just his next one. He hasn't, it's making money.
Oh wait,
so.
I remember what was going on now. Like it wasn't his last project. Like he was making a deal with
He had to take a break or something.
Amazon. Was it like an Amazon Prime Video thing he was talking about?
Yeah. So, I think after this one, he's taking a little bit of break, finishing up those, and then he's going to go back to them.
Okay, yeah, it's quite a bit to get done.
Yeah. So,
Alrighty,
taking him
well,
a couple of years because I got to take a piss and shit. So, let's go ahead and we'll wrap it up for this week, and then
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
and then hopefully tomorrow we can get something done. All right, we will see you next week, everybody.
If it's not recorded content, it'll be a live stream of some sorts. I'm saying that now. It's either going to be that or a live stream. We'll see you next week. This is Myke Check 95 and Krieger Margin 1. Signing out.